Do you like to leaf through a magazine when you're waiting for a flight? Or maybe you've turned over a new leaf and started studying English more. Are you branching out into new interests? Well, unless I'm barking up the wrong tree, you've come to the right place today.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 765, Idioms with Tree and Leaf. Tree and leaf. Trees and leafs? Not exactly. The word leaf is one of those nouns with an irregular plural form. When a word ends in F, you need to change the F to a V and then add ES. So it's one leaf, two leaves. Just like one shelf, two shelves, and one wolf, two wolves. Leaves. And what do you think about when you hear leaf or leaves? Those make a tree green in the summer and yellow, orange, and red in the fall. And this is where English vocabulary has a surprise twist for you. The word leaf has another meaning. It seems that back in the 16th century, a page of a book was known as a leaf. Yeah, so a leaf is part of a tree, and a leaf is part of a book, which brings us to the first idiom of this lesson, to turn over a new leaf. Let's go back to the 16th century. When you turned over a new leaf, it meant that you were going to have something new to read. Well, as an idiom, when you turn over a new leaf, you change your life completely by doing something new or different than you've done before. For example, Susan decided to turn over a new leaf by eating healthier and exercising regularly. After struggling with waking up late and being late all the time, David decided to turn over a new leaf by going to bed earlier and waking up on time. So, turning over a new leaf is all about getting into doing new habits. And one habit I'd like to see you get into is reading, which brings us to the idiom leaf through. Here, we use leaf as a verb. And when you leaf through a book, a magazine, or a newspaper, you casually turn the pages, usually to look for something interesting without reading everything. My friend Kim was leafing through a fashion magazine while waiting in the doctor's office. And don't you just love to leaf through travel magazines and brochures to find new places to visit? And just in case you're more fond of electronic reading material, when you're on your phone, you can scroll through a book, a magazine, or a newspaper. Scroll through. Here's a case where language has kept up with technology. There's one more book-related idiom for today, and that is to take a leaf out of someone's book. When you take a leaf out of someone's book, you imitate them or follow their example. You do what they do in order to make yourself better. Like, after seeing how organized Lisa is, I'm going to take a leaf out of her book and plan my schedule better. You want to succeed? Find a successful person and take a leaf out of their book. Organize yourself and work as they do, and you'll find success. I hope my advice there isn't making you shake like a leaf. Especially with the breezes we have in the fall, leaves shake and even tremble on a tree. Maybe the leaves know they are about to fall off. With this image, when you shake like a leaf, you tremble and shake because of fear or because of being nervous. Like what happened to my friend Zach in school. When the professor suddenly called on him to answer the question, he was shaking like a leaf. Jenny told me that she was shaking like a leaf during her first job interview. Is there anything that makes you shake like a leaf more than a job interview? I don't think so. Okay, let's move on from leaves to trees. A tree grows branches to reach more places for sunlight. The tree branches out, and here we're using branch as a verb. When you branch out, you start doing new things in life. We often use branch out when a person or a company tries doing something different. Like, instead of going to the gym 4 days a week, I'm going to branch out and do yoga on one of those days. The Italian restaurant in my neighborhood decided to branch out by adding vegan options to their menu. They're branching out. We're going to need my dog Max for the next idiom, to bark up the wrong tree. Bark is what a dog's voice does, and in the old days, dogs were used for hunting. Sometimes the dog would chase the prey up a tree, and since the dog can't climb the tree, it would just stay at the base of the tree and bark. But sometimes the prey would leave the tree and go to another tree, but the dog didn't notice it. Instead, the dog would just keep barking up the wrong tree. So the idiom, bark up the wrong tree, means to have the wrong idea about something. Like in the office, Jenny asked me for some help with Microsoft Access. But she's barking up the wrong tree. I can't use that software. Go dancing? You are barking up the wrong tree if you think I'm going to go to a dance club tonight. I am not into that. Okay, the next one always makes me laugh. It's like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree. Jell-O is a gelatin dessert, and it has the texture of pudding. Well, it would be impossible to nail pudding or nail Jell-O to a tree, right? So when we talk about something that would be impossible to do, we say that it's like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree. Naoko told me that she's not going to try to ask her boss for a day off on Friday. That would be like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree. Oh, and Jane only dates rich guys that have sports cars. Jack said he wants to try to ask her for a date, but that's like trying to nail Jell-O to a tree. And finally for today, we have the old phrase, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It's more of a proverb than an idiom. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Think about that image. When an apple falls from the branch of a tree, it doesn't go very far away. It has a close connection to the tree. So the proverb, the apple doesn't fall from the tree, tells us that children behave in a similar way as their parents. Like my friend Peter's kid. Pete has been playing baseball since he was a little kid, and now his son started playing baseball. Yep, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. My mom is really good at math, and so am I. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Keep in mind, the best way to remember idioms like this and any other word or phrase in English is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, check this out. Did you know that you can get the chance to practice this kind of English with me directly? You can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group. There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose Podcast Lesson 765. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.